Welcome to the channel, folks. Welcome to another video. Today we're talking fast, talking furious, talking Fast Five's monster-sized plot hole and which character got screwed by it. So we're back to Fast Five. I teased this video during my straight review of Fast Five that there was something that had always bothered me, and here it is. As I've said before, Fast Five is like the Empire Strikes Back of the Fast franchise, and it really is the best one. But there's a huge plot and character issue in the beginning. But I know, plot holes are what Fast and Furious lives on. But this is a big one because I think it goes to the very characterization of Dominic Toretto. Dom does things totally out of character for himself, revolving around the job they are pulling off at the beginning, the train heist. And Vince is severely mistreated due to the way the job goes. After breaking Dom out of jail, Brian and Mia show up in Brazil and find Vince. He explains there's a job robbing cars, that it's straightforward, should be in and out, offload the cars easy, and make a few bucks. They're reluctant to join, but Vince convinces them, saying that a guy he knows is putting together a team to steal the cars and they just need a couple more willing bodies. It's sold as a straight job for the cars. Dom is not even there yet, so he wouldn't have even been involved. It's apparently something they can do without him. So Brian and Mia agree to the job and leave. Their role is to be on the train when the heist begins, and when the others show up, Dom has joined Vince and the crew. After one of the other crew members emphatically tries to claim the GT40, Dom realizes it is more valuable than the other cars. Dom goes against the ringleader and purposefully puts Mia in the GT40 and tells her, "Change of plan, wait for my call," and sends her on her way. She leaves the train, drives off in the opposite direction of the way she's supposed to go. The ringleader notices this and all hell breaks loose. With me? Good. So at this point, they're on this team as regular members and Dom has changed the plan. Dom steps in front of the guy to stop him, putting Mia in the car, tells Mia, "Change of plan, wait for my call."
Change your plans. Wait for my call.
Remember that earlier Vince tells Brian and Mia that they just need a couple more willing bodies for the job. No indication that they're double-crossing the people they just signed up to work with. Just an in-and-out job. Vince lives in Rio with a wife and young son and says a guy I know is setting up the team. If Vince is pitching to Brian and Mia all along to swipe the cars for themselves, then how did Vince plan to get away? With his permanent home, wife, and child in the favelas. It can't be that the plan all along was to double-cross the crew and take the cars for themselves. It's just not there. Dom changed the plan. This bothers me on multiple levels. First, Dom, by putting Mia in the GT40, put a target on her back. Everyone is looking for that GT40. He's put his sister in danger by changing the job. Then after they all fight on the train and Dom and Brian barely get away and fall into the river, Dom gets on Brian's case about the job. Brian had explained in the train by saying, running on fumes, had to make a call. Then in the river, Dom replies to this by telling Brian, shitty call.
Shitty call, O'Connor.
He blames it all on Brian here, when he, Dom, is the one that changed the plan in the middle of it and messed it all up, blaming his family for his own screw-up, totally unlike Dom's character throughout the franchise. But it continues. Later, when Vince returns to the hideout and tries to take the chip to return it to Reyes, Dom yells at him.
Mia was on that train.
Again finding someone else to blame when it was Dom himself who put Mia in danger. If Dom hadn't changed the plan, the heist would have gone fine. Reyes would have gotten his GT40 with the chip, they would have gotten their share of the payout and moved on. But Dom got greedy, screwed it all up, put targets on their back, and then blames Vince and Brian. Completely out of character. Dom is the leader, the one responsible for everything and everyone. Yet here, he is putting his family in danger and childishly blaming others. But you might say, maybe the job that Vince was pitching to them was to rob the cars for themselves all along. Why else would they have that hideout ready like that? I don't know. But I do know that the language and behavior of the characters strongly suggests they were just along for the ride on this job. There is no possibility that the plan was to steal the cars for themselves. If the job had meant to steal the cars, why did Dom have to tell Mia, change of plan? And why did Mia not know better than to drive off in the wrong direction? Vince doesn't drive off in the totally wrong direction. Did Mia really screw up that bad by obviously turning the GT40 in the wrong direction in front of the entire crew? She obviously did drive off in the wrong direction, but if the plan had been made all along, surely they would have had it set up better. Plus, Hobbs' guy was tracking the vehicles and clearly says that one set of tracks went one direction. This is Vince going per the regular plan, and another set went in another direction. This is Mia going the other direction per Dom's change of plan. And finally, and this is absolutely fatal to all counter-arguments, if the plan all along was for Dom, Vince, Brian, and Mia to steal the cars for themselves, why was Vince not back at the hideout with the Black Pantera car he took? He left the train first, didn't give himself away by going the wrong direction immediately, and would have been the first one back, with no chance of
leading them straight to you. Had to wait him out.
But he's there later because he went to the regular drop-off per the regular plan, because he didn't know anything about the change of plan or the fight on the train, because he was terrassing through the sand in the Black Pantera when all that happened. This is fatal to the argument that stealing the cars for themselves was the plan all along. Vince went to the regular rendezvous point, acted ignorant about what went down because he was, and then went back to the hideout trying not to lead the bad guys to them. Vince did nothing wrong to that point. However, when Vince returned to the hideout, he clearly knew about the chip. Somehow. For him to know about the chip, he either was was briefed on it by Reyes men, which is unlikely, knew about it all along, or heard it through the grapevine in the favelas. Either way, he didn't come clean on that and tried to take the chip secretly. So I guess he should get some wrath from Dom for that. But yelling about Mia was on that train, my sister was on that train, that's unfair to Vince and unfair to the Dom we've been shown throughout these movies. If Vince was briefed on the chip situation after returning, that means Reyes trusts Vince. This is unlikely. But if this is the case, Vince is right to say Dom should trust him. He should. Apparently Reyes trusts him to return the chip on his own, or else they would not have let him go alone. Instead, they would have kidnapped his family and made him lead them to the hideout. The fact that they didn't proves they trust Vince, and that Dom, Brian, and Mia could all get out of trouble by trusting Vince too. However, as I said, this is unlikely. The best explanation is that Vince found out about the chip through the favela grapevine as he was trying to get back to Dom and Mia. He went to the regular rendezvous point, turned in the car, then tried not to lead them to Dom's hideout, but did anyway. That's how Reyes guys found them. But anyway, Dom's gotten greedy and now knows that they can make a fortune off the chip. He wants the money more than he wants safety for his family, so he exiles Vince and they concoct a plan to steal the money. It's also possible that yes, Dom changed the plan and screwed it all up, but that Vince was working with Reyes men all along and knew about the chip and that it was the real target, but didn't tell anyone. Possible, but that would only change the mistreatment of Vince argument. It would not change the messed up characterization of Dom as a greedy finger pointer willing to put his sister in danger for a buck and who can't take responsibility for his actions. The exact opposite of what he's characterized as during the rest of the franchise. So there you go, the largest plot hole ever. You could drive a semi-truck full of Panasonic VCRs through that plot hole. Hope you liked this video. If you did, hit those like and subscribe buttons and stay fast, stay furious.